Point Blank Period Podcast is where we come to have real blank conversation with real people. Get into it. Hey family, this your girl Keita coming back with another episode. And today we're talking about politics and everything ignorant that comes with it. And I got my two special guests. They are brothers. We got Mr. Wayne and Charles in the building to talk about everything from Trump to the stimulus bill that we may never get. Say what's up, Charles and Wayne.
Hi everyone, we're excited to be here.
What's up, fam? Your boy Charles in the building.
All right, I'm super excited to get into this conversation because y'all might hear some ignorantness that's going on. Y'all gonna hear some cussing. Y'all gonna hear some crazy rhetoric. We might even bash Trump a little bit. So, my listeners who's a Trump supporter, don't hit me too much in the comments and don't hit me up too bad.
If you're black, you should be ashamed.
Oh my God.
None of y'all make no money.
Now see, we already started. Get a little closer to the mic, Mr. Charles. That's Mr. Charles in the background for it. All right, let's start off talking about the two candidates that we have. So anybody out there who haven't taken advantage of the early vote, please go November 3rd and vote. Your vote counts and your vote really, really, really matters. So let's get that out our heads that it doesn't matter, and it does. Okay? Well, with that being said, I know with presidents win by the Electoral College. So my two brothers, anyone who want to take it, Wayne or Charles, can you please break down what the Electoral College is? What college is? Are they HBCUs? Is there a group of white men? Who is the Electoral College?
It kind of is a group of white men. So we have the popular vote where whoever gets the most votes, you would think wins the election. That's not how it goes.
Which is moot, yeah.
It's broken down state by state. Each state has a certain number of, the best word I guess would be points. So whoever wins that state gets the entire hall. The whole. So Georgia
thing.
has.
So you talking about like California, New York, Texas?
California has 55 electoral votes. Texas has 38.
We need them states, yo.
And so it's based off the population, right?
Yeah, in that state. So if you win the vote by the state by one vote, you get all the electoral votes in that state.
Okay, so it's by one popular vote. So everybody votes.
Each state is a separate popular vote.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not the whole country.
Okay, so in California, why is it in California, if Biden, we're going to count Biden wins the popular vote within that, if they done calculate all the votes, he gets that.
Doesn't matter if he wins by one vote or 10 million votes. Yeah. It all counts the same.
Okay, so each state gets so how much do Georgia have? How many electoral colleges do Georgia have?
I want to say like 18.
Okay.
But let me...
Oh, we go Google it. It's okay. Don't fact check us too much, y'all. Okay, so that explains
We're a toss-up state, so go vote.
Right.
Hell yeah, because we just Atlanta. Everybody else is...
Well, I have some of my followers that are listening from South Carolina and North Carolina and different states as well that are red states.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, 16 votes.
16, okay. Georgia has 16 electoral colleges. So, I don't know where it was, but the last time I checked that, Biden was kind of getting some of those states that Trump had last election. So, it looks like Biden pulling through a little bit. How y'all feel about that? Last time I checked, when they was counting up the early votes.
I'm scared of the polls, so people please go vote if you haven't. But yeah, the polling shows that he's doing better than Hillary was. He's a toss-up here. Hillary lost by 5 points in Georgia. Right now, the polls have it neck and neck.
Any person who says they don't like immigrants and their wife is an immigrant.
Oh, Jesus. We get to the bashing Trump part now, yes.
Just understand that.
Okay, so,
the polls are looking good, though.
Okay, so the polls are looking good. So tell me with Biden. What does Biden bring besides not being Trump?
Okay, you took it out of my mouth.
That kind of matters the most, though.
Yeah.
Okay, I know it matters the most, but honestly, what is Biden bringing to the table that makes us want to vote for him? That really pulling through voting for him over Trump. Besides, all the rhetoric that comes with Trump and the bigotry and all that stuff like that. What Biden doing for us? He said he's doing so much for the black people. And Kamala Harris, what's she doing too?
This is why you're here.
Yeah, this is why you're here.
To me, economics is the biggest deal here.
Mm-hmm. Break it down.
Personally,
what do you mean economics?
A tax increase on rich people is the best for black people. Not no plan for black businesses. We've been promised that crap forever. They'll just toss you a bone and a little tax break. It does nothing. Tax increases, tax loophole closes on businesses is where real.
What does that even mean?
Right now, Amazon paid like $0 in tax last year.
Zero.
You see?
You didn't see that? $0.
Pay attention to ESPN, bro.
So like, as
$0.
you see in Trump's taxes, he pays $750 income tax.
$750.
Nigga, I pay more than that.
Me and my wife make $95,000. We pay, I don't know, $15,000-$20,000 income. Like, why? How is this fair? Why
Being
am I paying
middle
more
class,
taxes?
because middle class pretty much carries
And then-
America
and then-
economically.
And then they talk down to us.
Yeah, as if.
Mad because we overspending. Oh, you should save money. Why? You
But
don't
how the
have to do
hell we gonna
anything.
spend money when taxes eating us up? We trying to live the American dream by
If things
buying
are getting real
homes.
personal.
So tax increases for the rich and for businesses, I think is best for everyone. The entire middle class, the entire lower class, poorer class. I don't know how to describe it.
Working class.
Working class.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, middle class, working
Working
class.
poor is what it's called now. I think.
Capitalism as its finest. We're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Okay, so that's what Biden, or the Democratic Party, or Biden in particular. But what about Biden's? What is he promising? False promising, because they all false promise. Promising America about what he's going to do. Because I know they were talking about something about racing the
His
student loan
biggest
debt.
thing is taking Corona seriously.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a false promise. I think he really, really means that.
But is that a reason to base a whole election off? Just how to combat
I mean, that's
one
easy to
disease?
say, but if you got people in your family who's dying or at risk, that's what matters more than somebody's life.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
I mean,
Because if it,
But what about police brutality? Those
but-
people's lives matter.
so what's more likely? We got a mother who's 62 years old with heart disease. If she gets the corona, are we worried about that?
yeah.
I'm more worried about that than you getting shot by the police, honestly.
You're right.
So it's a more real thing.
Yeah, that's a good answer, Wayne.
My mother-in-law got issues also. It's like, and well, that's another story. But yeah, it's real out here. People out here getting sick. I got a friend in New York who both parents died from corona.
Oh.
So yeah.
Fuck, you ain't got no friends, nigga.
Excuse the brother banter back and forth. Yes. Okay. So it's just okay, and then now here's your space and opportunity to talk about Mr. Trump. What does he? Why do we need to? Why is it important for us to vote and make sure that Trump is not reelected? Is not reelected.
Well, the easiest thing right now is he doesn't take this virus seriously.
Yeah.
He's still out here having rallies and spreading the virus. Just on
Well,
like
no, he took it serious. He just wanted to make it seem like America, like he had it under control. According from that interview he had, when
Yeah, he
was
knows
saying,
it's serious.
Oh
He just-
shit, that shit really serious.
he
man.
cares
I ain't
about the
to deal
money
with these
more.
motherfuckers.
He cares about the money more than people's lives.
Yeah.
That's obvious. I'm not 70 years old, but I can imagine it feels like Trump is putting them at risk for the sake of the economy. And at
Talking senior citizens?
in the last election, senior citizens voted for Trump.
You should watch or read Animal Farm.
Now
That's
that-
exactly what
Now
they
senior
did to
citizens are going
boxing.
towards Biden. Surely that's because the coronavirus.
It's a good book.
They
They
should.
use you up, and then they just get rid of you.
Then beyond the coronavirus, we got all the other stuff. Even like Breonna Taylor today with the cop suing the boyfriend for shooting him. Like Trump is just encouraging this,
Yeah.
agitating the black community with this police brutality stuff.
But he said he you know, he's
Fake
the
reaching out to black people.
He has, well, we gonna talk about that too. He has said that he's been, you know, the best president, has pushed black agenda and has been the best thing for the African American community.
And whoever believes that, you think I'm not black, is retarded. I don't want to be rude.
Well, we're not using retarded.
Don't dump on people if they feel that way. Let them think what
Right,
they want to
exactly.
think.
People have their opinions, so just because their opinion is not
I feel
matching with
the
yours.
Democratic Party should be more. If Trump is saying that, the Democratic Party should show that that's not the case. They need to.
I mean, honestly, no president gives a fuck about black people.
I tend to agree with you.
Yeah, I agree too. I think the parties there really.
But yeah, there are shades of gray here.
Yeah.
Just because Democratic Party may not be what we want, but we can all agree it's better than the Republican Party.
Yeah.
So
Especially since the bulk of majority of the black community is in the middle class and lower class.
don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Shit, don't let perfect be the
Well,
enemy
they
of
don't even
like
know what that even
mediocre.
means. Don't even
They like
no,
that.
coming with all these. What does that even mean? All these anecdotes. I don't know.
Just because something ain't perfect don't mean you shouldn't take the next best thing.
I got you.
Yeah.
We'll be waiting forever for that.
So how can, well then, I guess my sentiment is we need to start creating shit for our own self.
But what I told you, we talked about.
Well,
that
yeah,
before.
we did talk about that about
What happened
how,
in Oklahoma?
Yeah, Oklahoma, and how it was the Black Wall Street, and how history is fact that when we as a Black community come together and create resources for ourselves and keep the resources of Black-owned businesses, the white man finds some way to burn it down, tear it down, push us out the community, take jobs away.
I agree with you.
So it's like,
At least we can vote at a local level. So not everything is a presidential election.
I feel like that the
State
local
reps
level
matter,
is a
the
little bit
local
more
stuff
important.
matters. Yeah.
Where you live.
Your mayor matters.
Yeah. Shout out to Keisha
Having
Lansbottom.
Democrats in the state house matters.
Astro.
Doug High forever. 06.
Have to.
Okay, well, that's the Atlanta stuff. We go ahead, Wayne.
And know where you're spending your money. Spend it in places where you want the money to stay in. It matters.
Yeah, I guess, and then that ties back to real estate and all that. When we go, so we talk about Black agenda, but we don't want, because that's a whole nother podcast topic right there.
That'd be a good one too.
Yeah, that'd be an excellent podcast. So don't vote Trump.
In my opinion,
and just be educated.
it's America. You can
Well,
vote
yeah,
who
be
you want to
educated.
vote for. Be educated and make a decision.
Make a
that's
sound
best for you.
decision. Make a sound
And
decision
if you
for
don't
you.
make $1 million, it makes no sense.
Well, what you mean? Okay, so then we're gonna get to Black conservatives. So we have a lot of Black conservatives that are popping up. I like watching a lot of YouTube videos, and just to see just the diversity of it all. And when I tell you Black conservatives go up for Trump, just like the white conservatives, I'm like, and Hispanic conservatives as well too, which is very interesting considering that he bashed a whole country, and that's.
Did he ever build the wall, you guys?
No, he didn't build the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all.
I feel like for the Latino and Black community, men like machismo. So
What the fuck is that?
just like that, the tough, I'm gonna get this shit done kind of thing, and
put
just
yourself on
like I'm
bootstraps.
gonna say
Oh,
what
yeah.
needs to be said. Tough. Some men, I think that's why they go for Trump. I personally don't understand why, if you aren't a millionaire, why you would ever vote Republican. They don't care about in my opinion, don't care about the average man. They'll give you a 1% tax break and tell you that it's
good.
You be the next rich person. Like, no, man, you're not gonna. There's I don't know, 1,000 billionaires for a reason. Everybody can't be rich. There has to be workers in here. So why would you vote for a group that doesn't really care about workers? The first thing they did in 2016, when they won, the Republicans, when they won the House, the Senate, and the presidency, is pass the tax cut that gave you $20 extra in your check. But think about how much the billionaires saved on their taxes.
Right. Let's
Millions of
again
dollars.
bringing it back to Amazon. How many ever billions they made in revenue and paid $0 in taxes? That is bananas to me. When we have poor, impoverished communities like Flint, Michigan, they water ever get fixed?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of things that we need to pull some of that money in and fund those type of projects, because like you said, everybody can't be a millionaire. Everybody can't work on a high level and make 6 figures or 7 figures on their check. We need the little workers, or not even say the little workers to demean anybody. We need the average blue collar, white collar workers, because it keeps the economy thriving. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't understand that whole spiel about that, especially with taxes. Y'all bashing me over the head with taxes.
Also, the other big thing in this election is healthcare.
Oh yeah.
Trump has put on judges who seem like they're going to kill Obamacare, and that kicks.
What is it?
$20
What is
million.
Obamacare for the ignorant people?
What?
It's an exchange where people can buy effectively health insurance subsidized by the government. You can buy into it. Hopefully when Biden gets in office, he adds a public option so anyone can buy Medicare.
Like, so we can be like Canada?
Ooh, that's an option, so anyone can buy Medicare?
That's what public option would be. So it's not Medicare for all, so you can keep your private insurance if you want to.
Right.
But you could just I want to just buy Medicare.
Right.
So hopefully that's what comes in.
Like Canada.
Like what?
Canada has socialized healthcare. Yeah, it's better than ours. I take it. I'm a Medicare for all fan, but
Definitely.
I'm progressive, so some people are kind of scared of that. I get it, but a public option still lets you have your private insurance, and you can pick your blue choice of Blue Cross Blue Shield, whatever, if you wanted to do that.
So that's a good piece that's going to be coming out for people to choose their own health care how they want it. Next, let's talk about how some of these celebrities, black celebrities in particular, that are supporting Trump. Like recently, Lil Wayne came and said his... I'm going to keep the comment about his physical appearance to myself. Sat up next to Trump, skinning and grinning with his grills in his mouth and saying that he's supporting Trump. And also with Ice Cube, I listened to his interview. He was saying that he has this black agenda, whatever that black agenda, because he didn't state exactly what it was, this black agenda he wanted to push it to whoever president was fishing. So he said the two candidates reached out to him about it. He didn't reach out to them. Biden camp reached out to him and they said, "Oh well, we'll go over this after the election." Trump was like, "Of course, because he's trying to fish for black votes. Oh, come on, sit down. Let's have this meeting." So him and the Republicans sat down and they quote unquote did like a pre-qualification conversation about, we'll give you $500 billion to push this black agenda. But he was like, no one is nothing etchy, sketch, and stone. So, of course, everybody waiting for the election to happen. So, Mr. Wayne, how you feel about these black celebrities sitting down, especially these particular two cases?
Our current president has had 4 years to do stuff for the black community. So anything you do in the last month, it can't be legitimate. That's the short of it. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of disrespectful to just wait till the last minute.
Well, yeah, because he was doing that.
Like
he was doing that when he first was running back in 2016.
Then you got 4 years to do stuff,
right? Well, Trump said he been the best thing that happened to the black community.
When the economy goes up, black people do better, but we still do worse than white people. We're still behind. We're always behind. We need to be. You can get to the same level as them, not always have twice the unemployment. So what are we going to do about that?
So what about, because I know, I hate to be the devil's advocate, but I know Trump did release a lot of prisoners. So he did a little bit of prison reform, a little bit tweaking with the Kardashians and, pushing that. So he did do a little bit of that. Now, can we recognize that? Or okay.
I'm always happy with people getting out of prison. People shouldn't be in prison for drug offenses anyway.
Right, especially not
drug offenses.
Especially not no weed.
Violent criminals only. Anything else?
Yeah, come on,
let them out.
Well, maybe methamphetamine and maybe heroin, because that's fuck up people.
Man, John Coltrane was on heroin.
He's true about this.
Chill.
And he
I'm just saying. Well, we ain't talking about cocaine because that's the white man's drug.
You shouldn't be in jail until you do something violent.
Yeah.
So if you're on heroin, just be high in the corner. Just don't do any crimes when you jonesing.
So okay, go back to Lil Wayne and Ice Cube. Do you think it's a tactic just to make us feel comfortable being black and supporting him?
Yeah, I think they're trying to get some black male voters.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fall for it. Please don't fall for it.
But the black female vote is
opinion.
Pretty strong. I think it's 97% of black women are voting Biden. I don't think he's even trying to get black female voters. I think
because us black women, we push the black agenda.
How is that objective?
It's the truth.
It's the truth. It's facts.
She's talking about don't know everyone. You have your right. I was like, no.
But he just spoke facts. How many percent of black women vote?
98%.
97, 98. We
holding
it down.
They're the base of the Democratic Party.
And then you got to consider the black man's population to vote because they already eliminated because if you are a felon or currently you can't vote. So that's
Thank you, LeBron, for paying for those felons' fines in Florida.
Come on, LeBron. LeBron for the people.
Oh yeah, he's still not better than Jordan, but I fucks with it.
His mama voted for the first time ever.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
His mama what?
Just voted for the first time ever.
Oh my God.
I fuck with
she didn't even vote for Obama.
LeBron's a really good dude.
Yeah,
a lot of people have never voted before. They don't think it's important.
Even when Obama, I thought that was the first really.
Some people are just it's just not important to them.
Yeah, that is true.
Reason.
Well, I think what the mindset is, a lot of times our black community thinks that their vote does not matter.
Because unfortunately, you know what I do for a living. So some people think what they do in life doesn't matter because the system set up and rigged against them. So
So you feel like they don't value since shit. My job really not in value or even
Division
considered
labor.
or
I'm separated from like what I'm producing. So like, what's the point? These niggas are gonna use me anyway. Yeah.
no. That's good.
I hate to be was that self-deprecating.
That's a good point. Well, hopefully y'all don't feel like that. And I feel like, the millennial generation is pushing forward too. We're carrying this thing on our backs because that generation before us.
Why you gotta come from niggas and shit, bro? I'm just saying, they right.
Well, I'm just saying, the millennial, we're pushing for change. We're pushing that Black Lives Matter agenda. A lot of the protesting going out there, they ain't going out there with our mamas and them ain't going out there. Let me keep them young folks. They need in the streets where they get arrested and stuff.
I personally feel like this generation is the first one that has, it may sound crazy, but just like a harder life than their parents. We all...
What now?
A harder life.
The incomes haven't gone up, and unemployment's higher. We can't get homes. We get married later. We have children later. Everything costs too much.
But we don't. Obviously, not us three.
We don't have pensions.
We're all homeowners.
We are a small representation of an entire group of people.
Thank you.
But you see, everybody's waiting to have children later, starting families later. What does that mean?
That the population
feels secure enough to do anything. We can't get houses. Nobody's selling. You talked in the real estate podcast, the rates are so low, so nobody's selling it. All the prices too high. If you don't have any money saved, how do you get into your first house?
Yeah,
that's true. And then the requirements to get into the home has become so strenuous.
Right. So plus this virus has everybody home, and months ago a lot of people laid off. There's just more time to see what's out there. Look at the sports ratings; they're all down. I think people realize what's important after this 8 months of what's going on in the country. And in a weird way, it's kind of been a good thing. Trump's kind of been a good thing. It's got people off their asses a little bit.
Yeah.
And
it exposed the real racist people because they are so liberated and they are free to walk in who they are. So now we can put a red dot on their forehead and say, okay, Becky with the good hair. Oh, well, sorry.
What happens if they free to vote who they want to be, free to vote for?
Nobody's
going
to
be racist.
What you mean what? No, I said being racist. I'm not talking about voting out of it. You're just being racist, period.
I got you.
You pushing your white privilege, and we're seeing it becoming, and we're not tolerating it no more. Okay, we're not tolerating it. Our ancestors fight too damn hard for us to sit around and tolerate the BS.
Praise the Lord.
Okay. Can't even go into Publix and enjoy my good going grocery shopping and shit.
Who following you, dog?
I know.
Who following you?
Okay, we done went all off on the tangent, but anyhow, bringing it back. So what about the, is assumption that is assumed and a little bit more facts that's behind it, that the black people are automatically associated with the Democratic Party. So when a Democrat candidate comes out, they just, kind of just feed the black people a little bit. Well, yeah, we care about you. We care about you. And they automatically just assume that black people are going to vote Democrat because that is just how it has been since the test of times, since black people was able to vote.
There's truth to that. I can't disagree with it. I would say this is not the election to be mad at that. Wait till 2024. Trump can't
wait till we got more more intelligent candidates.
Biden doesn't excite me.
He doesn't excite me either.
But
neither his voice.
Because he's not Trump. I can't stand this man. He makes my heart hurt.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm stressed out all the time.
I know.
Subjective. We're not objective at all.
Yeah, we're being super subjective. It's okay.
I can't do another 4 years like this.
Yeah. But this is how the people feel. And that is the premise of the podcast, to really, really bring people on here to express how they really feel.
I would see riots in the streets.
Right.
Yeah.
Riots in the streets, right.
Months at a time.
Portland. It bringing us, it's kind of like taking us back.
Yeah, I never thought I would see that.
Me either.
Yeah.
Real riots.
Real, not fake. Mm-mm. Yeah. Niggas
they busting windows, fucking up businesses.
Fuck life, nigga. Real shit. I done seen it.
Well, I don't know who killing themselves now. You talking about fuck life.
What I mean by fuck life is like what they doing. Literally saying,
we don't give a damn.
We don't give a damn.
Arrest us.
Yeah.
It's the millennial generation. Sorry if I'm being a little biased about that. It is very stressful, and a lot of times people kind of shy away from the politics, and because it's just too much. The coronavirus, Trump, riots, people dying, black men dying in the streets. It's stressful.
The black men been dying in the streets forever, though.
I know, but just to see that the entity that's supposed to protect and serve the community is like they have no empathy, sympathy. Like we literally see it like in their faces. A man literally died on camera with somebody knee on their neck, and they justify it.
Yeah.
They justify it. Oh, well, you got black on black crime, so what y'all need to focus on that.
You should listen to Runaway Slave by Showing Their Feet.
God.
I mean, real stuff. Honestly.
I mean, but that's what we're dealing with. Like, that's what we're dealing with. And it's just like, do both of them even care about that at the end of the day? Do Kamala Harris, because people are saying she ain't black enough.
She was also a prosecutor.
That is crazy.
I know.
In California.
I know, putting folks away for weed, but
Oh my God,
she's not Trump and not Pence.
But what does that even mean, though? What do you mean she's not them? But if she's putting away,
explain that.
You just explain that the fact that people shouldn't go, as I agree with you, for non-violent offenses. Like you're giving people prison time for non-violent offenses.
Time.
And California penal system is the most egregious shit almost in the world, honestly.
Yeah.
And she's a prosecutor. She was attorney general, if I don't mind. I'm like, right? She's attorney general of the state.
Yeah, she was attorney general in California.
Yeah. I explain that.
Come on, Wayne, because you know this much a little bit.
I don't feel great about this ticket.
Damn.
I'm just being honest with you. They picked the most centrist ticket they could find. They're obviously moderate.
Thank you.
They're trying to get disaffected Republican voters to vote Democratic.
Cool.
They aren't worried about the left wing of the party, the progressive wing of the party voting. I feel like they understand we're already pissed off enough. We're going to vote anyway because we're voting against Trump, not for Biden. They're trying to get a co-worker in Pennsylvania to vote Democratic. So they get a moderate centrist ticket. Joe can go around in Pennsylvania and be like, malarkey. And, and they're like, oh,
enough.
He's one of us. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like that's how it was when Trump was running back in 2016?
He got some of those 30-year...
Yeah.
They've been voting Democratic for 40 years, and they flipped because they felt like Trump is one of them, which is insane to me because Trump ain't doing no hard work.
Well, how they figure that? Because when I died, I said, this man is a fool.
He was running against Hillary, so...
What does that even mean?
People just hate her.
Why do they hate her?
I don't know.
They do.
But then she lost.
Yeah.
It's a proof.
But then she won. But she won the popular vote.
I mean, and Joe's going to win by more. He's going to win by 6 or 7 points in a popular vote.
So you think really Joe Biden is winning by default?
He's going to win I think he's winning because Trump is running.
Right, because Trump has proven and shown that...
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
So, 2024 is not too long away. So who do you think is going to come up? Who are our young, politicians? Who are something we can look?
That is true, because they old as dirt.
Yeah.
So
I know I've asked you that before offline.
I like Mayor Pete. A lot of people...
Who's Mayor Pete?
He's the mayor of South Bend, Indiana. He ran in a primary for the Democratic Party this year. I don't know if he really has a chance, to be honest.
Because Biden might die.
No, he's...
Oh, my God.
He's 80. I mean, dude.
He's homosexual, so a lot of people...
Who's
Not
homosexual?
Biden.
Mayor Pete Buttigieg. He has a husband.
He definitely ain't getting it.
So
I'm sorry.
Are we still on?
I am definitely liberal with it.
There's a lot of people who are not going to vote for that.
Yeah, people are not going to vote for.
I'm voting for a black man.
And I feel like that's a little bit
Look
why
at
Hillary didn't win. A woman?
Yeah.
What?
Look at our mother. She talked about her mother saying, "I would never vote for a woman to be president."
You know
That's
what
a
I'm
woman
saying?
saying that. And our mom would never vote for a gay man.
Because we're not that
as president.
removed for when women didn't have no rights, and
That's 100 years ago.
Black
we
people,
ain't that removed from that.
black people are very conservative. The older ones for sure.
Right, conservative in a liberal way.
Socially
conservative. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to church and take it seriously.
Praise God,
Praise the Lord.
and don't
Amen.
abort them babies. Okay,
People
anyhow,
don't like that.
on a tangent once again. Okay, we got some crazy this going on. Okay, let's go. And what about the stimulus relief bill? Trump said, "I'm trying to get this thing out, chill, to these people so that these people can vote for me because I have saved America from the goddamn China virus," according to him. Because it ain't coronavirus, it's China virus. So, do you think we're getting a stimulus package?
Not before.
Because they're trying to say that Democrats holding it
Not
up.
before January. I was with the same mindset. I thought they would just wait until late October and give a stimulus package, try to get people to vote for him.
Right.
Think. But Democrats passed a stimulus package months ago that's been sitting on Mitch McConnell's desk, and he hasn't brought it up for a vote. and then they blame Democrats for not wanting to vote for it. But they've already passed the bill.
Right.
How does that make sense?
Make it make sense.
Again, another lie, but that's what they do. But no, I don't think there's one coming, especially if Biden wins. I personally believe in the lame duck session, the Republican Senate will make it as hard as possible for him.
You're using political terms. What does lame duck mean?
It's when after the election, there's like 2 months before the inauguration.
Oh, yeah. The grace period.
They're not going to be wanting to make the economy better for a president of another party.
It makes it seem like they don't want to do what's right for America regardless of
Who's they? The Republican Party?
Republican, the idea of it, they don't want to use public money and give it back. They don't agree with giving money as a stimulus. That's not something...
Just giving away money.
Yeah, that's a lack of a better term.
Like a foundational...
That's welfare, social welfare almost.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and they don't like no welfare, the Republican Party.
So they don't want to get people...
Handouts.
They don't want to get people used to any handouts. Because you can't ever take it back. That's why they're so scared of Medicare for All. Who wants to run against... Imagine Medicare for All passes. Who's going to be the Republican that says, yeah, I'm going to take your health care away from you? If student loan forgiveness passes...
Praise God. If it do, oh, Jesus.
If student loan forgiveness passes, what Republican's going to be like, yeah, I'll make you pay your student loans again.
You'll never come back from it.
So that's where they fight so
I'm
hard
just waiting
against
for China, somewhere, a progressive country to just tap in our system and erase all student loans for all minorities, period.
All minorities. This minority. White people didn't go to school.
I mean, they did, but they probably got 10,000.
No, I know white people. Excuse me, no disrespect to white people.
Those are probably the doctors and lawyers and stuff that
they matter.
I mean, they do matter, but they're making six figures.
I thought all lives matter.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I'm about to get
emotional now.
Right. The blasphemy I was about to speak. Sorry, y'all. I told y'all this is going to be real ignorant. But yeah, focus. So you don't feel like we're getting a stimulus package?
Not before January.
I don't think we're going to get one, period. If people waiting on it, and then because... And then they,
but it seems like another shutdown may be coming. France and Belgium already shutting down again. I hear a lot of people say that. UK may be shutting down on Monday.
Are they still playing soccer?
The money is the one thing that matters. So that's what we try to do the sports. But like, you can't have the hospitals overrun.
This
so
is
at some
crazy.
point you have to pull it back if the hospitals can't take care of people.
That's true.
Then people are going to be dying from other things. That's what you really can't have. So if they have to shut back down again, we'll have to get a stimulus.
So you think Biden getting in the seat, we're going to shut down? Because I think Biden will push more for a shutdown.
I don't think anyone has like the strength to do that again. I don't think anybody wants that.
Yeah, because it definitely hurts the economy.
It's probably the right thing to do, but I don't think the country...
Economically...
I don't think the country would do it anyway.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Reopen. What are they going to... They can't force you to like stay in your house. So they can ask.
They was about to get military. You see Trump had the military walking up and down the streets, popping people.
This is America. That's
Shit, they go in other people's country and do it.
That's what
I'm saying. Ain't other people's country, bro. You have white people shooting white people on that one.
You're right about that.
God damn it, y'all. They were feeling some type of way. You're not going to tell me to do what? Put a mask on. No, I don't want to.
Watch South Park. This is America. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So sorry, y'all. We apologize for again getting off on a tangent because this is not Bash White People's podcast. We are one for all and all for one, except for all lives
like
matter. So we're going to segue into capitalism. So, brothers, Charles or Wayne, who can? Because it's hard for me to articulate exactly what.
So capitalism.
Oh, okay. Well, just
so capitalism. It came about. We're talking about like post enlightenment and post the Renaissance in Europe, right? You're talking about at the cusp of slavery. Mm-hmm. So the thing is that you have to limit the amount of producers. So if you control the product, what do you control?
The people.
Not necessarily the people, but you control the market.
Oh, well, yeah, the market, yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is that you make the product controller small, and that you can dictate the market so you can control the workforce. So that's essentially what capitalism is. You hold everything. You can try to control as much control as much land, much fucking crops. It's all you. It's all you because that's your product, right? And you think is that you get called division of labor. So the people who actually work it
don't get the profit.
The
capital holder gets the
capital product gets it. I mean, the person who owns the land or owns the product, they get
the business.
Own the business, and they get 90% of the actual product production. So that's essentially what it is. And so what? Never mind. You said it's not bash white people, but unfortunately, capitalism came about in Europe, and unfortunately, when they came over here and they needed a way to make a living,
and that's what they did. Land that they found.
And it's amazing. Let me get on this fucking goddamn soapbox.
Okay,
it's
here we
amazing that the way it came about is, let's get fucking free fucking labor for 200 fucking years.
Okay.
And then imagine, we got all this money. No fucking shit.
Okay.
Because you were paying people a living fucking wage for 250 fucking years. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck? Like, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Mm-hmm. So then and that's, never mind. Don't get me understanding. Because you want to call niggas lazy. Then you want to say niggas is not, you don't deserve fucking tax breaks. But the only reason you got your wealth in the fucking first place is because your ass is run out of England because you didn't want to goddamn be no fucking Lutheran. And you want to be no goddamn fucking Catholic. And so you came over here because you were facing religious persecution. Came over here, goddamn killed Native Americans. And you had all this shit to yourself. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, damn, I need niggas to do this shit. Because I can't do this shit my goddamn self.
Niggas wasn't, the word wasn't invented during that time when there was slave trading. Okay, but yeah.
Yeah, to piggyback.
Somebody's a little angry.
Yeah, just the profit goes to the capital owner. And so a capitalist would say, it's fair because the hard workers get the profit. But as we see, that's just a lie to me, is that people who are born wealthy continue to stay wealthy.
So do you think that capitalism is associated with the Republican Party?
I think capitalism is associated with the United States.
Yeah.
Period.
That's what it is, period.
Yeah, we're all
capitalists.
Business related. Yeah, capitalism gets us these Nikes on our feet.
Right.
And I'm wearing all Nike if you didn't see me. I am. I love
Nike. But there's like levels to it. It doesn't have to be like 100% like the purest capitalism ever.
Right.
Like, think public schools aren't capitalism. The roads you drive on aren't capitalism. Social Security isn't capitalism. The great things we have in this country
are shared.
They're shared, and it's like fire department. You shouldn't have to pay every time you call. Well, people have to pay when they call 911 for fake reasons, but you don't have to pay a subscriber fee for 911.
No,
you just call it.
Right.
It's covered. That's great. But yeah, when you buy Nike, you got to pay for those. Mm-hmm. So some things should be shared. Not everything needs to be that way. I think more things should be shared. That's mainly what we argue about. Healthcare,
right?
Education,
higher education,
and those are divisions we have here. I think we all agree in this country to have capitalism has got us this stuff where we have the biggest economy in the world. That's probably due to capitalism.
And on the benefit side is that capitalism produced millionaires that never would have been.
It has benefits.
Yeah,
it has benefits, but it's also like there's no reason for us to be the richest company in the world, and we also have all this poverty.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
And so many different communities where the resources are
white,
depleted.
Black, Hispanic, anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's not just like a white, black thing.
It's
a rich, poor thing.
Rich, poor.
Yeah.
But that's
what I feel. Well, let me not go on there.
No, go to it. Don't show shit.
This your podcast. Go.
I feel like the white poor, even they got way more privileges than us as minorities.
Well, because it's skin color now.
Yeah.
You're talking about economic, and then you're.
Economically, I still feel like
you get into my research. You talking about someone who has economic disadvantage,
yes,
which can be shared between all races. But then you're talking about social disadvantage, which is distinct among certain people of skin color.
Right.
So I'm saying when you're talking about someone who is poor and black, that's an intersection of two different things. And so you're talking about all that.
So keeping it economics,
but that
strictly
potentially. Well, let me
and
ask
then
you this.
Socialism talks about more of the racial aspect of it.
No. Socialism in its purest form is like would not even talk about race.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it has its flaws too because race exists.
Right.
Because I was going to ask him, do you think capitalism and racism,
a mix of best is probably
go together?
A mix of both is probably the best. But like I said, socialism, it gets rid of everybody's divisions, and that's not necessarily a good thing either.
So
because
equality,
people are different. Yeah, but in a way, there are differences between people. Not that they need to be judged differently, but groups are groups.
Right.
Yeah, that's my question.
So don't pretend like they aren't groups.
Right.
Did capitalism support racism, and does racism support capitalism?
That's a good question. Can you say that a little bit louder?
Does racism support capitalism?
I've
Does
always-
capitalism support racism?
I've always felt that racism is a tool of the capitalist. So, again, we're talking about, you brought up the poor white man earlier. Why are they voting Republican? You know what I mean? So, I would say a poor white dude working in the mines in West Virginia has more in common
With a black man.
with a black man in
Alabama.
Alabama, right?
Respect to Alabama. Or
Than they
Mississippi.
do, for example, Donald Trump. But they need a reason to get you to vote Republican. So they dangle all this other stuff, these social issues, to get you to vote against your financial interests. And they've been playing that game with poor white people for a long time. We talked about black people being taken advantage of by the Democratic
Listen to
Party.
J. Cole manipulating poor white
Poor
folks
white people
to
being
eat.
taken advantage of by the Republican Party. So let's not pretend like political parties are great. So you got to pick the one that's incrementally better than the other one. Just to take back to a previous topic, Republican Party's taking advantage of the white people at the bottom of the barrel the same way. They're voting against your self-interest. At the very least, the Democratic Party has more of our interest at heart than the Republican Party does.
Economically.
Economically.
What about socially? Are we ever going to get anywhere socially? Because I think that might have more issue with our community. Than
I feel like
even
that's
our-
like the back burner issue. Oh, we'll get to the social part. We'll get to the injustice and, Black Lives Matter a little bit later. But right now, I feel like of course, the economy.
I don't know. It's been 400
monetary
years. Like, I can't really be like, oh, my lifetime, everything's going to be fine. I'm not going to say that.
Hell no.
No.
It's
But,
not.
I mean,
we got too much years to overcome.
We make steps. I have arguments with my mother about this. We make incremental steps over time, but like we want that shit now. Why do we have to keep waiting? I don't have an answer for you. It sucks, but that's not gonna mean I'm not gonna vote because like it's not everything I want right now. That's a childish way to look at it.
Yeah.
Election has consequences. Like 4 or 8 years of nothing happening is worse than like a little bit of growth. It's like. Think about it. Like, judges matter. Like, if Brown versus Board doesn't pass, that doesn't go like the way it goes, we still be segregated. Like,
Yeah.
Still arguing.
it depends. It all matters. So it's
Well,
always.
they said
looking.
the worst thing that happened to black people was integration.
I mean, honestly, because a lot of scholars have talked about it because then you just don't necessarily know. It broke down that Tulsa sort of mentality that we're going to unite together.
Yeah.
When you started integrating, then no disrespect, your brother became your nigga. Mm-hmm. It broke down, but I can talk millions upon millions.
That's more
of
Charles's thing than mine.
Okay.
So that's something we probably disagree on.
Do you disagree with that?
On our personal life, we're very similar, but we have a disagreement. So it's probably some of that stuff.
Well, that was very insightful. I'm glad we brought that back a little bit because it was getting real
Need some
ignorant.
more whiskey.
Real ignorance. You know what? This has been a very, very interesting conversation. We have gotten some things off of our chests. We have spoken the truth as we know it. We have educated the people about what is capitalism and what else? Electoral vote. What else educational did we learn?
Stimulus bill.
Stimulus bill, whether we're getting it.
Fucking goddamn vice president and attorney generals and shit.
You
putting
know what
niggas
I'm
in jail
saying?
for
And
goddamn
Trump and all
fucking
his
drugs.
rhetoric. So we learned some stuff. In the
still
midst
vote
of
for
it,
it.
we have spoken, we have did some little
I still did vote
ignorance
for it, yeah.
conversation and, comments. So, if you're offended, I apologize ahead of time. But it's okay.
Charge to the game, not the heart.
Charge it to the head, not the heart. It's our experience. You can't take our experience away from us. That's the purest form of who you are as an individual. Okay. And so for the bonus round, I'm going to start this. This is going to be a really interesting thing. Seth, if you had a crystal ball, let's say you shake up the crystal ball, and the crystal ball tells you when you gonna die and how, what you want to know?
Absolutely not. No. I couldn't imagine walking around knowing when it's coming.
When
It'd
the
be
day,
terrible.
right? Would you live life a little bit differently? Would you? And if you believe in life after, whatever.
I'm not Hindu.
The other life. I don't know, shit. You might believe
I ain't
in
trying to
that.
come
Or you
back.
might
What you
believe
doing?
in that your spirit will go somewhere, a heaven or hell.
Oh.
And if you put in that aspect of it, your religion,
would you
live differently? Would you live differently?
Would you want to know when you die?
Hell no. I'm the type of person that don't need to know nothing in my future, because guess what? I'm gonna walk around paranoid every single day. But would you live differently though? Like if you know when you'll die, would you live your life differently? Would you do things differently? Would you put off?
I'll take more risk, I guess.
Would you take more risks?
Yeah, I'll do stuff like some more wild.
If you knew you were dying at like 90, you nigga ain't taking no risk, nigga, because you know you're gonna live for like
then
a long ass time.
Then you gonna procrastinate.
But when you do stuff that you, well, I guess I'm not
nigga, if I know I'm
not
dying
no
like
thrill
at
seeker
35,
anyway. I'm not
nigga.
no thrill seeker anyway.
So if you think so if the crystal ball say you're gonna die at 55, how would you live your life differently?
I mean, I ain't gonna age myself, but that's a pretty considerable time.
That's an average age for a black man, ain't it?
I'm pretty good about that one.
Live longer than 50 something.
Nigga, that's enough to see damn near grandchild. You feel me? You feel me? What the fuck you talking about, nigga?
But you're young 30.
Man, my son be 28 years old. That's the fuck.
But you're young 30. And so would you set up a little bit more financially for your kids so they can have something? Would you do
doing that anyway, though? You feel me? We were doing that anyway. That's just like that's like black wealth. That wouldn't change how I'm living. It only you talking about nigga if a nigga dying like at 33.
What would I do tomorrow?
Don't tell my wife.
And that's where we wrap. Thank you guys. This has been I think this is the episode that I have enjoyed the most. Because it's been lighthearted. It's been what my platform is. We're going to talk about stuff serious and we're going to laugh. So I hope my audience have laughed and kikied with us as we have said the most asinine, ignorant shit on here. But we're smart. We're educated. They're a little more smarter than me. But it's okay.
Fuck we not, nigga. What the fuck you talking about?
It's okay. And so I hope you've learned something and take something away from this. And, leave a comment. If you need to send me an email and said that I had said something wrong, I am more than willingly to take that email and strive.
What's the CC? What's the FCC? What the fuck? I ain't ever heard of goddamn sanction you niggas. It's 2020.
I hope no one sanctions my podcast and put it and mark it as inappropriate conversation. So I'm gonna put a disclaimer in the beginning. But this has been good. Thank you guys. Thank you brothers Charles and Wayne for coming. And again, vote. November 3rd
vote
is almost here, y'all.
You should watch South Park. Vote or die, bitch.
Oh, Jesus. And
thank you for having us.
And I'm bringing Jesus in here. And we just need y'all to vote, like for real though. Like all bullshit aside. Vote. Your vote does matter. As you can see, the Electoral College elects the president, but your vote matters within your state. And so that means get your ass up and vote. I don't care. Vote. Damn it.
It's real simple.
Check something.
Yeah.
And if you don't agree with our opinion, that's okay. If you want to vote for Trump, it's okay. Just know the consequences that come behind it.
November 4th if you voting for Trump.
You know what I'm saying? So it's okay. But vote. We just need y'all to vote. So I've been out. It's been real. Thank you, family, for listening. Once again, this is Point Blank and the Period. And I'm out. Thank you, family, for tuning in to Point Blank and the Period podcast. I would like for you to like and subscribe to my podcast and also follow me on social media, Instagram at Keita, KEITA, 1, the letter N _ only for all your latest updates. I look forward to you tuning in.